What's up everyone and welcome back to Vandenberg, to our glorious city in the extreme settings with investors now. So the highest tier possible, beautiful buildings they are, a lively city we have. Well, and with the city comes more responsibilities and more demands and stuff like that. And overall, just a bit more complexity that we need to add. Well, kind of. Let's start this one off with, well, a few upgrades. I love the upgrades, especially in the beginning, right? Isn't it nice to upgrade some stuff? We have the resources and this one gives me more and more influence. All I need. Now we are out of windows, so I need to wait there a bit. Let's just check my window production though. Glass is looking rather fine. And we have a lot of glass, right? So it's really just the window makers that just can't keep up with my upgrading frenzy. So we do need more of them. Or well, actually I don't really. The only thing that I could do here is I could probably, yeah, just have them working longer shifts. So let's just check this one. My happiness for the artisans is a +7. This one is just very good. So 17% we can do without risking anything. Yes, Sean, I'm going to pay you. Yeah, speaking about happiness, there is something very major going on. That is the pocket watches. The pocket watches is needed by the engineers and by the investors. Providing pocket watches will not only be a huge boost to my happiness across the board, it will also be a huge boost to my income. So we need to get the pocket watches going. Let's just have a look at them because they're not that easy. They need, first of all, they need gold. Now gold is something we have in a new world. And they need coal and glass. This is actually easy. This is something we have, even though coal is pretty limited by now, right? So we do get still some coal in. It's not that much though, and we have now all the coal mines working. Yeah, we are definitely having a problem here, or we are in a bit of a pickle. Let's just have a look at that. Oh, that's not going to happen. Oh, that's not going to happen. So that's just too much. I will probably have to conquer something, and that is Handautsund, as this one here is called by Bente. This is 2 coal deposits here, right? And this is just perfect for us. We need those 2 coal deposits for our additional productions. Now, what can we do about that? We have my nice fleet, and I promised some destruction, and I would really like to get this one. First of all, let's check where the wind is going. The wind is currently coming from the south, right? So we can go down here, and then we march into that harbor area with the wind at our back. This should be fantastic. Let's just have a look, a closer one. Yeah, there's no defense here, so this island actually really will belong to us soon. That's one part of the whole thing that we can do, and this is a pretty interesting, well, a pretty easy acquisition, right? I don't think there's much of a problem. For defense, I already have a cargo ship ready, and we're just going to get some building materials over there for some defense. Influence is fine, and weapons we have now 93 tons, so I can add some defense as well. Speaking about that, I can continue building some heavy warships again. I'm also doing that. While the ship is the fleet is gathering down here, let's go to the new world where another thing is happening, and that is the gold, right? So for gold, well, for gold we do need a lot of obreros. This is a pretty big deal actually, because here in Lagar, where we do have some 88 obreros left, we don't have a space anymore to upgrade the city. At least I don't think so. We could still probably get out like 200 more obreros, but we need them for the coffee. Right, so this is pretty much untouchable for us. This is not possible. In Ravenna, we don't have the
I wouldn't be a rebel if I settled
we don't have the
for
fried
this.
plantain to upgrade more. What I can do is I can trade some of that from here, where we have lots of fried plantains, and I could actually make a charter route out of this one. I just hope that this could work. Let's just try it out. There we have the fried plantain going from Lagar to Ravenna. The interesting thing is, where is the ship coming, right? If the ship is coming from somewhere down here, as I feared, I think it is, this is it, then we're going to have a problem because it will not be able to bypass those islands. It's just not possible. I hate those cargo or these charter routes at this point because they're so useless, especially when you have many islands or when the opponent has many islands. Let's just try it out for once, but I will need my own ship for that. Lucky enough, there is a clipper for sale right now at Isabel, so I can just take this one, and I'm going to get this one now down here to Lagar and deliver then some fried plantains. Meanwhile, my fleet, well, more or less has repaired, so let's just move this one into this channel again. And yep, Sean, we need to really stay on good terms with him there, at least for some time. And look at that, there's already the first battle cruisers coming out again. So let's just get my ships down there. My clipper is on the way, going to deliver it. So we can upgrade some people in Ravenna to get some more bearers in again, right? We don't have a whole lot. I can use this time to continue upgrading some more people here. That's fine. There we have it. There we still have some influence. By the way, here, this is not looking so good. And it's really not costing a whole lot of timber. I need more of them, because basically we need more obrers than we need to upgrade people. Let's have a marketplace here. My schooner was destroyed. That was the charter route. Yep, so this is really useless. I don't know why it doesn't get out somewhere here, right? It always gets out where it's absolutely not possible to keep it. Yeah, they've seen my clipper, of course, that battlecruiser there. So, as always, they're going right on the hunt. But this clipper is pretty fast and it's reaching that area. And we can destroy that battlecruiser there. And thus secure the channel once more. That clipper down here, let's get the fried plantains. Yeah, basically all of them. And let's get them up to Ravenna. And while that ship is on its way, let's now march into Andauzund. That name. There is quite some ships here already. Perhaps we can destroy them in the process. They will definitely not have a chance as long as there is no battleship. There is a battleship. And this one, I think, yep, is coming closer. But I have so many ships here in the area right now. I should be fine. First, let's destroy the warships here. And yep, we're going to be stationed like that, more or less. Or I could probably still move a bit like that. Perfect. Because then we can shoot at the battleship at the same time and we don't lose any firepower. Alright, and this is going down really fast. She doesn't have... So at some point they are bound by the influence as well, as we can see. She doesn't have the influence to build up that defense here. And it's going to be even harder for her once we've taken this island there as well. Very nice. Let's conquer it. And let's also destroy that battleship here. That's going to be pretty important. Because it's very hard for her to build up those battleships again. We have some interesting items here. Some epic ones. We might actually sell them. Happiness increasing. Income per house plus 40%. Whoa, that's not bad. Other than that, crop farm increasing, stuff like that. This battleship is not even able to take down one of my ships. And it's fleeing already. So we might need to stop it. I mean, it's of course totally overpowered, right? This is a modded ship and I think this is not balanced out. It can't be that one ship is stronger than, or almost as strong as a whole fleet of heavy warships and battlecruisers. It's of course not very balanced. But that's also good for us, because once we have it ourselves, it's going to be even harder for the AI. Alright, at least it's still going down. It has done significant damage though to my ships. Ah, and there's another Venter ship on its way. I think this is still on the way to protect the island, but that of course is way too late. That was successful. Perfect. We have a new island. Let's get some building materials to this island for the coal that we're going to need over there. Yeah, I don't really have a lot of timber still. Are we not producing timber anymore? We have the logs, right? Yes, I do have some sawmills. Over there, 4 of them. They are working. Let's add some more. 2 more at least. Because we need the timber for upgrading, for ships, of course, for buildings, and we don't have enough. At least windows and steel beams we are producing a lot right now. So steel beams is 4 and the window is 4 as well. So there is something coming in. It's not a whole lot though. Dynamite is fine actually. So no idea why this one is lacking. And coal is also in here now. So that's that, right? Now let's get back to the New World real quick. I have another scheme going on here in the background. Calm Prefecture. Since we have the influence, we can continue purchasing shares here. Really cheap, right? 60,000 for one share. So we can definitely take over this island here. That is my second scheme. Look at that. The battle cruiser is trying something, but it's not going to be able to take this one down. All the trade routes are still working. 2 more cargo ships are ready. Let's get cracking on a new battle cruiser as well. And we still wait for a bit of timber now. We still have 26 minutes, right? And then we do need some defense in Houndout. Let's rename this one. One of my supporters, Victor. Thank you, Victor, for the support. 25 minutes, lots of space here, that's good. And the cool thing is we have potato and grain fertility on this island. Plus we have the coal and the iron that I need. So this will be, from now on, since we can afford to protect it, this one will be another one of our major islands from now on. At least, hopefully, if we can protect it, that is. So I'm going to need those building materials ASAP. And we're probably also going to create a second or third city here that is working a bit for us, since we can provide a lot of commodities. Right? Because what I also want to stop is exporting too much with my docklands. So we're still getting some grain in here for sausage. And we're still getting in, yeah, the pig heads from work cloth. Even though this is epic and thus we have a very nice balance, it's still not something that I want to keep up there forever. It's also not very good for our economy if some of our commodities are always almost at zero. Other than the cement, of course. A bit of timber we have. Yep, let's get it, actually. Let's get some bricks there, some steel beams and some weapons. And let's get all of this down to Victor Island. And I will need to keep this channel here secured. Be careful about those shares.
What disgrace would fall
there is another share that we could purchase. I think we go. The problem now with the shares is there is another problem, of course, lurking. If I take one of the main islands now of the enemy, or if they lose a lot of value, our balance is also going down, right? So we need to be very careful about who we want to crush, really. So Willy, it's definitely in our interest to keep him safe for a bit, because he's getting us a lot of money in with his shares. If I would crush now all 3 main opponents, which I can't, by the way, but if I could, then we would be bankrupt because the share value would be gone then, and the share income is 28,000 at the moment. So we would be really, really negative. Now let's get back here, have a look. 5 more minutes for this one. My fleet is still stationed here. Oh, look at that. Princess Ching. Let's take over this island there. And I'm a bit surprised that she was able to get some defense there. Of course, not a whole lot, and my ships will be fine. And there's the fried plantains. Let's unload all of that. So in Ravenna, we will be able to upgrade some Honoraries then again to Obreros, which we need for the gold deposits. We don't need that many Obreros here. We've taken the island, at least this small one there.
When will you be at peace?
No problem. Let's get that battle cruiser to repair.
I beg you to consider what disgrace would fall upon me.
And this is that. Your disgrace. I don't care about your disgrace, Princess Ching. You have not been very kind to us. Oh, and we have some ruins.
Of course. I see a lot of new islands. But you must be really proud.
Once again, the plague. But that's the only ruins that we have. Another heavy warship is coming out, and we should be able to build the next one soon. Of course, we have now lots of weapons down here in Victor Island. Victor Island, we can now start building. I'm going ahead and have my basic road layout there once again. Also here, perhaps. And we're basically just starting like we did with... Oh, by the way, there's almost no trees on this island. Over here we have some trees. We're basically going to start out like every time. So we're starting out with some sawmills, even though they're going to take a while because, as we can see, they need 3 minutes before they can fully work. Here, actually 5 minutes before they can fully work. Over there we would have more, but that's 20 tons of timber again. But I think 3 of them will be fine.
Where is your loyalty?
I don't have time for you, Sean. I could just give you some money, and you still like that as well.
How could I possibly refuse?
Okay, that's just my trade routes being annoyed a bit right now. Those ships here we no longer need, so let's get them up there again. And let's get my cargo ship also back home again. That's fine. So we have a few resources now. This one is starting. We can also start now here with our little city. There we go. Having all of those houses. Let's just finish them. We still have 14 minutes before we need some proper defense on this island. Let's build this block of houses there to provide the workforce for the timber. I'm going to need to transport some more steel beams and bricks over there. And the building materials are flooding in again. Perfect. I'm going to use, though, this one here again, right? And some timber there to speed things up. And to be able to build our cannons there as soon as possible. On the way, perfect. We have the building materials, so I would like to upgrade a few more investors. Or a few more engineers to investors. I always get this wrong. So we have that, and those guys here to engineers perhaps. While we continue, perfect, a bit more influence again. Let's get back real quick to the new world. Check it here. Do we have any problems? We don't. At least not for now. This is fine. We can now upgrade those people in Ravenna, and we should be doing that. So here in the town center, let's go ahead and upgrade a whole bunch of them.
You reached a new milestone.
Reaching a colony status now. We have 1,200 obreros, and we're going to need quite a lot of them right away for those gold mines now. The gold mines we should be able to build ASAP. So there is one. There is another one. This one unfortunately does need a bridge. And a warehouse. Number 2. Number 4. This one also needs a bridge. Lots of bridges. That one. Warehouse and gold mine. Right, Joe? And one more. Over here. For this one we don't need a bridge. That's good for a change. And you know what? Let's have a paved road here to the warehouse. So this one speeds up the whole thing. Let's just see. We have a happiness of 19 for the obreros. Do we have a festival? No, we don't. So I should be able... let's at least push it by 25%. Right. They're still perfectly fine. Oh, yes. We could, of course, lower the working conditions for the bricks and the clay. Right. So there we save something and we can actually get this to 50%. And we still come out on top of that with more happiness than before. That ship has been repaired. Let's get it down to our fleet again.
We never sink a ship.
That's the gold for now. Let's also purchase the next share. So this one here is still in the takeover process, as we should be doing. What I need now is one of my cargo ships and a new trade route. And for this trade route, let's go from Ravenna to the old world, to Vandermark, and get gold. There we have it. And Lalibela, off you go. By the way, Lalibela, no, it's an empty ship. Perfect. Bit of influence we have. I might continue building another cargo ship. Let's do this. And another battle cruiser is coming out as well. On the other side, we're still... Oh, timber we should have any second now. There it is for another heavy warship. Very good. So the fleet building continues. Another ship is also joining. City status village. Victor Island is upgrading. Let's unload the stuff. There we have it. We can upgrade now a few more people. That's fine. And here we can now have our cannons. And that's something we should. Let's just have them right behind those fishermen.
Ship constructed.
And of course, a proper defense is always much appreciated. 5 of them we can upgrade right away. And let's do this. And I think now we need weapons, yes. But I think this is fine still. This is a pretty upgraded ground trading post. So heavy defense and lots of hit points. Those guys need the fish. And we continue with a few more upgrades as long as we can afford that. Those timber and lumberjack huts should be working now. They are 100% perfect. As we can see, there's lots of trees now regrowing, and those bisons unfortunately will not be able to run around here so freely anymore. I'm sorry for that, little animals. They're fleeing into the next forest, I guess. Because they are not getting any place anymore here. This cargo ship, just for safety reasons, let's get it back home. I don't want to risk a cargo ship. And now we just wait for a bit of timber, workforce we have, and then I can start building my schnapps production and my grain farms here entirely, right? And my mines for Vandenberg. And we can then completely get rid of the grain fields here finally and of the potato fields here, because that has been a problem for me for quite some time now, and I really don't want to depend too much on the docklands there, as I don't really like them so much. So far, so good. The piggies can also go away. Actually, we have the trade route here from Ronstadt, so I will now continue upgrading my Ronstadt piggy farms to further make some room here in Vandenberg, and of course also to get some more attractiveness back at, because this makes people a bit unhappy there as well. As we can see, pollution is -9 happiness, so this is something we can't keep up there for too long. Stay tuned.